Hi guys, this is Fernando doing another video for the Modern Survivalist. Today I'm going to be showing you the FourSevens Quark Mini123 limited run, which comes with a CRI LED. What does that mean? What's the difference between this and the older version of, well, not the older, the standard version of the FourSevens Quark Mini123, which is still available. This is again a limited run, besides the typical Mini123 being offered by FourSevens. The difference is that the CRI that comes with this flashlight is a high color rendering index light. Right? What does that mean? Color rendering index. Color rendering index is the ability of a light source to reproduce the colors of different objects as accurately as possible in comparison to a natural source of light. Okay, sometimes what happens is when you use a powerful LED, which is white, it happens that it seems to be too bright, and the truth is that it flattens a bit the colors. And some people, especially in the beginning, when LEDs were becoming more popular, people missed that more natural feeling of the incandescent light. What happens, and I'm going to be getting a bit technical here explaining a thing or two, but I think it makes sense. What happens is basically that when you have a natural source of light, white light, and you have a prism, okay, and the light goes through it, it divides that light into the entire visible spectrum, alright, from red to violet. All the colors a human can see. Basically what you see is like a rainbow. Yay, a little rainbow. There you go. Alright. You cannot see infrared and you cannot see ultraviolet. That's not within the visible spectrum of the human eye. What happens is that when you replace that natural source of light with an artificial, such as the power-saving tubes, the white light that feels like cold, sometimes called cold white light, from a tube or from a white LED, is that it goes through a prism and you see strips of colors, red, orange, gets green, starts getting violet, and in between those strips of colors it's just black. It's funny, but it's the way it works, because it cannot render those colors. The colors that it's not rendering those colors, so it just divides it into these strips of colors. That's basically the lack of accuracy a white light has, a cold white light I should say has, in representing and reflecting those colors as accurately as possible in comparison to a natural source of light. Basically that's what's being offered by the high CRI LED. It's gonna be rendering more of those colors, okay? So you're gonna be seeing more of the visible spectrum, alright? It's this guys is splitting hairs by all means, because these are the difference. It's pretty slight. Some people really miss that old incandescent type of light, and it used to be that FourSevens offered the warm LED. This is a limited run as well, warm LED in comparison to a white one. See the difference? Warm, white. You see what happens? Makes everything white. And this other one, yeah, it is a bit more comfortable to the eye, I suppose, in comparison to the cold white. So let's look into it, guys. This is about 40 bucks, give or take. FourSevens offers a good product for the price, so that's not changing even with the limited runs. Comes with an O-ring, comes with a spare CR123A lithium battery. The flashlight itself, it's exactly the same as the other Mini123s, but with that difference of a different LED. Let's put the battery in its place for later for comparing. You also get a good lanyard. It's well made and of generous proportions, not something cheap. It's gonna be falling apart, so that's good as well. And you have a little manual with some of the explanations. change modes here for a second so as to look into it. It explains that it has 3 modes: low, medium, and high. As you twist and untwist the flashlight, you know, you have to do this. You twist, okay, twist, 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 and a twist, and again. There you go. Those 3 modes are low, medium, and high. 3 lumens, 40 lumens, and 180 lumens. The low goes for 6.25 days, almost a week, guys. Medium is 8 hours, high is 1.2 hours. In a true emergency where maybe you're gonna be going for days without light, this is maybe priceless for you, having the option of having almost a week worth of light. Even with 3 lumens, you're gonna be able to see in the dark. So that's a wonderful option. That's a wonderful option it has. You also have the hidden modes. When you cycle 3 times, through low, medium, and high, you engage the special output options, that is strobe for 2.4 hours, SOS for 7.2 hours, beacon in high for 12 hours, and beacon in low for 60 hours. So you have lots of alternatives in such a little small flashlight. It's wonderful, and that's why it's such a classic, and so many people like the FourSevens Quark Mini123. It's splitting hairs because the difference is not that huge between this and the other ones, but it is true that it does render colors better. Comparing both, let me change a couple of settings here and close this a bit. You may notice the difference. How important is it? Well, it's supposedly high CRI is important for things such as photography or taking pictures, filming and such, where you want the most accurate colors. It may be the case, it just may be the case that whatever it is you're doing is important in terms of color as well. Maybe if you're in searching for someone after a disaster and all you have is, you know, a small bit of skin under all the debris, and you know, it's the difference between telling if it's someone or if it's nothing. In that case, color may be very important, so that's why you may want it. For some people, they just like that old incandescent type of light, and the problem with the white, the cool white LED, is that it sort of flattens everything into a white blur, even if it's just as powerful, because both of these, this is 200 lumens, this is 180, give or take, so it's not that much of a difference. Usually you will have less lumens, strictly speaking, you will be having less lumens with the warmer or high CRI lights in comparison to the cool ones. But it's said that it's more useful of a light, the ones that render more colors. If we compare it to what used to be offered by FourSevens as well, this is a warm LED. This would be the warm. I find it to be very similar. I find it to be very similar to the high CRI, the warm, which is this one on my right. I think it's just a little bit more, based on what I've been trying out lately, it's just a bit more green. There's a bit more green tint to it, to the high CRI, in comparison to the warm. But if you look closer, shading, it's very similar. Notice the coloration is very similar of the LED. The one that I like the most, honestly, is what's the neutral white compared to the cool white. The neutral white, I find it to be the most accurate coloration. This is the neutral, the one on my right, and this is a cool white on my left. I find the one called neutral white to be the most similar to a natural source of light. And this one, the high CRI that I'm reviewing, I find it to be a bit more similar. It's like in between the neutral and the warm, I suppose. But because of that red tint, it's gonna be having better, I think it's gonna be having more useful coloration. that slightly red, that slightly green tint to it. The human eye sees green color better than any other, so there may be something to that. In any case, it is a Quark Mini123, which is an excellent flashlight and highly recommended. That's why lots of people love them. It's such a small thing, very small, reliable. FourSevens has been making great lights in the last few years, and if you're looking for a LED that is powerful, has different output options and strobes and such, and you don't like that pure white, cool white of the typical LED, then this may be something you may find of interest. The FourSevens Quark Mini123 limited run with a high CRI LED. Guys, that's been all for now. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Take care and see you in our next video.